Hey, so today I'm making a quick little video just going over how to patch versus an anti-patch cannon, and how to patch walls versus just your regular efficient nuke cannon. So, I'll start off with the easier cannon, the efficient nuke here. Just let me do a few shots on the test wall here. Okay. So most factions are going to start shooting at Y255. Here I have walls that imitate 255 walls. So the first thing you want to do when you find you're getting raided is you want to look and see exactly the block they're shooting, okay? So to do this, I'm going to look to see where the orange sand is coming in. I see it's coming in right here on this block, so I'm going to do a few more shots here. Yeah, so I see it's coming in here. The most effective patch versus just a regular cannon is a straight line patch, and I'll demonstrate that here. So the block that they're shooting on, you just want to place a straight line of obsidian straight back as far as you can go. Now this looks easy and all, but when you have like 5 or 6 people trying to hit you off your walls, it's actually really hard. So if you can pull off a good straight line, most factions are gonna adjust their barrel. Either they'll adjust a few blocks over side by side, or they'll adjust to lower. So I'll go ahead and I'll adjust the barrel lower here. So now if you notice a pause between their firing, say they're firing every 2 seconds for like 5 minutes straight, then all of a sudden they stop for like 30 seconds, that's probably a good indication they're changing the barrel. So now I want to look for where they're shooting again. Okay, so the orange sand comes in here, so I'm going to do another straight line patch here. So these patches work really good if you can pull them off. If you can't pull them off, another kind of patch you could do is this. So you want to come here, this is for if they're shooting under 255, you want to make a 3 block high pillar of obsidian going off the top of the walls, and this acts as a wall. I'll demonstrate that here. So just like that. What you don't want to do is you don't want to go ahead and start filling in the whole wall like this, because it's just wasting time. Because honestly, all you have to do is get these 3 blocks down here, and this acts as the whole wall that you still have to go through anyways. Do not take time to start filling in the whole wall. Now, I'll go back up to 255 and demonstrate another patch. So this patch can only be used at 255. I mean, you could use it down here. You could go like that, but it's not very effective. So what you want to do at 255 is just like this, and you want to extend it to the center of where they're shooting. Usually it's 3 blocks from the side of the wall. It depends how far or how long they've been shooting, because if they've oceaned your entire buffer, this might not be that good of a patch. You just want to keep doing this. You can use this really at any Y level. Say they're shooting down here, I could go like that, and it'll work. The last kind of patch you can do versus a regular cannon, this is if you have a bunch of people on you, you're desperate. Honestly, with the regular cannon, just come here and just start spamming obsidian everywhere. It doesn't matter how messy it is. Just do that. Now, when I get into the anti-patch cannon, you're going to want to avoid this, and I'll show you why you don't do this versus an anti-patch cannon. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay. So, this is an anti-patch cannon. This is what most factions are going to be using when they go to raid you. It doesn't take that much longer to build, and it's a lot more efficient when raiding, so 90% of factions are going to have something similar to this. So I'll go ahead and I'll do a few shots here to demonstrate how it works. Just hold on, actually. Okay. 1 second here. Okay, so this is why they call it an anti-patch or an AP. So if you do a straight line versus an anti-patch, this is what's going to happen to your straight line. It's going to remove the entire thing in one shot. So patching versus an anti-patch, you do not want to straight line ever, because it honestly does more harm than good. So I'll do a few shots here at the wall just to open it up. So now when patching versus an anti-patch cannon, the two kinds of patches you do not want to do are the straight line. You do not want a straight line because this is just, they're going to remove this whole thing in one shot. And you do not want to just spam patch like this, because this is almost the same as a straight line. You can see there's no water in between here, so once they blow into here, they're just going to remove the entire patch in one shot. When patching versus anti-patch, you want to leave a watered gap between each patch. So you want to either use a 255 sideways patch like this, and make sure there's water in between each one, or you want to do the one like this. These are the only two patches you ever want to use against an anti-patch cannon. And as you can see, when I do these patches here, so let me rewater that. Okay, when I do these patches, you're going to have to go through each and one of these one by one once again. As you can see, you have to go through each one of them one by one. Now I'll demonstrate what happens if I start panic patching here. Here on spam panic patching. It just removes the entire thing. If I straight line patch, it removes the entire thing, so it's useless. So for anti-patch, you want to use this patch here, or if they're shooting lower, you can use this patch or this patch. It's whatever you're most comfortable with and whatever you can get off quickest. But remember, even if you're panicking versus an anti-patch, do not start spam patching and do not straight line. And lastly, so you're probably thinking, okay, well cool, I'm glad I know how to patch versus an anti-patch, but how do I figure out if they're using an anti-patch or a regular cannon? So this kinda goes against what I said. If you don't know what kind of cannon they're using, go ahead and make a straight line where they're shooting. Make one straight line where they're shooting. If they blow up the entire straight line more than 3 blocks in one shot, they're most likely using an anti-patch. If you did a straight line there to blow up maybe that many blocks per shot, it's pretty likely they're using a regular cannon. So I hope you guys found this video helpful, and yeah, thanks for watching.